Hello and welcome to Napster Gaming. This is the Phoenix fight in full might. I will be using Cloud, Barret and Aerith. So to start, let's make sure that every character has at least 2000 HP. Top tip on item is to use the Reclaimant Choker, which gives you 10% health on killing an enemy. This is really powerful because Phoenix spawns 3 adds per phase. It's not a requirement, but if you don't have that, then I would just focus on HP boosting items. In terms of materia, I would just focus on having prayer as high a level as possible, as well as autocast and cure and the ice materia. This footage is off my first kill of Phoenix, and you can see that a lot of my materia is actually not optimized. For example, I have cleansing, which you definitely don't need for this fight. Finally, in terms of abilities, make sure to have a fire, wind and ice damage attack from your folios. Alright, let's get into the battle. Welcome to the Phoenix fight. So phase 1 is really simple.
Take the lead.
Phoenix will spawn 3 orbs. You will see here 3 red orbs. Each of those will generate an enemy. So the first one is a flan. You can quickly dismiss that by using one of your fiery attacks on the flan. So that's already half HP gone. You want to focus these enemies as your #1 priority, as you can't really damage Phoenix outside of this. However, attacking Phoenix in between is good because it will build your ATB gauge. So as you can see, I'm saving my ATB gauge on Cloud. The second spawn is a bomb. It's probably the most annoying one. As soon as it's pressured, I have Cloud's ATB use focus thrust. I made a mistake there. I used it twice, but you probably just need to use it once, and then braver for an easier dispatch. I made another mistake there, so I thought I'd killed the bomb, but I hadn't. So you don't want Phoenix to have 2 enemies up for a long time, as it will do a damage attack that will hurt the party. The Grand Horn is weak to wind, so nuke it down with wind attacks. So once the 3 enemies have been defeated, Phoenix will become pressured. This is where you can now spam your ATB gauge to build as much stagger as possible and get Phoenix into a stagger state. Once Phoenix is staggered, you want to nuke with as much ice attacks as possible. Hashtag money shot right there. So as you can see, I've saved up 2 ATB gauges for Cloud because he has prey. So after each phase, and especially the first one, you just want to make sure the whole party's HP is topped up. He uses this new attack, which has 3 different kind of area fire attacks that you just need to dodge. He then will spawn another 3 fiends. So the first one is this Arch Dragon, which is weak to wind. The Fleetwing, which is also weak to wind, but just very squishy in general. That attack that you saw from Phoenix is his Fire Geyser, which will just chase you. You can simply run away. The last fiend he spawns is an Ogre, which is weak to fire. However, to pressure the Ogre, you need to block its normal unnamed attacks. So that attack there would have been one to block. I failed there. Cannot block that attack. I also use Cloud's Limit here because, as I've said, killing the fiends, in my opinion, is the most important thing, as you want to get Phoenix into his pressured state as quickly as possible. So now he is staggered, and I've got 2 ATB gauges up. I have used it on Prey here just because you need to 100% make sure you are topped up after the second stagger. He will use his kind of ultimate ability, which you will see in a moment, hurts. And then I've also got Cloud again ready with his 2 ATBs to just use Prey straight away. So phase 2, he will spawn the 3 adds from phase 1 all at the same time. I would recommend, based on the situation you have in your game, to kill the Grand Horn and the Flan first, as they are much squishier than the bomb. I had my limit and I thought that would one-shot the bomb, which is just a pain, so I use this. Essentially the rest of the fight now is to nuke Phoenix. You cannot pressure Phoenix anymore, so it's a case of just dodging his attacks, keeping your party topped up, and nuking Phoenix as much as possible. Complete fail on that, just as an FYI. So this would be the time to use a summon.
Duty calls.
If you wish. I don't actually think it's that important, to be totally honest. I think if you just keep your health topped up, which I was hoping the Moogle trio would do, but I actually have never used him before. So my thought process here is to get more ATB gauge to make sure that I have enough to mix my damage and also Prey. Aerith's MP is getting a bit low, Barret doesn't have any, so Prey is going to be my main source of healing.
Get some rest. Try this.
So in hindsight, I could probably be a bit more offensive here. It is a DPS race, because what I realised that is he will spawn another set of ads. Empowering Flame is him getting ready to use his ultimate, so I actually make a mistake here. I save up Cloud's ATB gauge to use Prey, but then I think I can meet the boss. You just need to make sure you choose one or the other based on how much HP Phoenix has. I would highly recommend going to nuke Phoenix, because once he uses this ultimate, he will spawn his second set of ads, which will just cause chaos. So don't make the same mistake that I did here. So luckily I got Aerith's limit healing wind, which I then used to top the party up.
Let the winds caress you.
And then if you are in this situation, again, just nuke Phoenix. I made another mistake where I tried to kill the ads quickly, but in this situation I would just nuke Phoenix. You will see that I don't nuke Phoenix here, and then this happens. Where? So that's Phoenix on full might. I hope this helps, and thank you for watching. Really appreciate it.
Moving on then.
That was a masterful victory over Phoenix. The flames it conjured were so captivating. I could hardly look away. With an immortal ally like that at your side, you've nothing to fear. Not even death.